gon' see the world and just show them what it really means to live life golden. Yeah, we're golden, baby girl, we're golden. They're about to see us shine, 'cause we're golden.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Life Below Par. You can find us on our socials at Mayflower Sports and on Twitter at Sports Mayflower. We're just gonna hop right into it here. We're gonna go through our Fanduel from last week real quick, go through some Pinata picks, and at the end we'll have a little bracket for this big upcoming WGC tournament coming this week. So why don't we go get into the Fanduel lineups real quick?
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, obviously, like we mentioned before last week, that this week is kind of it's a bit of a down week for the field. The Honda Classic, it just comes off a couple big tournaments and then going into a big tournament this week.
Mm-hmm.
That it just doesn't, people are watching so intently the last few weeks that even I watched a little bit of the tournament, but honestly didn't watch that much. But Matt Jones ended up winning.
I didn't watch a second of it.
Second win, so I mean, good for him. Guys work a long time try to get just one win, so
Definitely.
It's good for him. So Fanduel, like you mentioned, your dad was the only one that signed up, but it still was it actually didn't let us play for money because I guess there wasn't enough people, but whatever, that's fine. I end up squeaking out the win by 6.1 points
with only
over
5 players.
You got killed, by the way.
Yeah, my team honestly was just horrendous. Like Lee Westwood had the most shocking performance I'd seen.
But I mean, for me, my top pick didn't even play.
Oh, I know. That's what
I guess.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, so Daniel Berger.
So what is
Daniel
it now?
Berger got me 0 points.
Your most expensive player.
Most expensive player. Oh, well, I just picked
You picked
off the board picks. Well, like Kevin Chappell was my biggest pick.
Yeah.
I doubt many people, despite not it was kind of a weird tournament because the first day the leaders were at 9 under. I think the winning score was at 12 or something like that.
Yeah, it was crazy. That was part of the reason that I was like, all right, well, no one's even really popping off.
Yeah.
But I mean, that makes for a good tournament some weeks. But when you see 9 under go up the first day and then
you're like, oh, this is going to be a just shooting the lights out, and then all of a sudden, I was like, geez, man, it could be like 25 under by the end of this.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
And so it's okay. Me, your dad, then you at the bottom there.
Yeah, I was horrible. But what does that make us? 1-1 on FanDuel now?
1-1 on FanDuel.
So I'll square on that.
Maybe we'll try and do this again at some point and see if we can get a couple more.
Yeah, a couple thousand people to join.
That'd be pretty sick. I mean, I'm the reigning champ, so I mean,
you are the champ. In the group, it says you're the champ.
That is true. And then our Pinata picks. Again, God. I go to 6-0. 6-0, which is pretty crazy. I mean, it's technically 6-0-1. The fact that and so what happened? Sean O'Hare withdrew after the first day, who you had with an 80 withdrew, and I think Lowry came in Lowry had a decent. I think he had a top 20 or something. He saw something like that. Good. I mean, so there you go.
At least the heartbreak was over early. He didn't even let me get to the second round.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess I guess we didn't even discuss what happened with withdrawals, but I assume it's an automatic loss.
Yeah, I would say it's an automatic loss.
There's no really other way to put it. Unless both withdraw, then it's a tie, I suppose. But
yeah.
But even I would assume if we're gonna go withdraw and a miscut, does the miscut win?
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
That's what I would say, right? I mean, at least they finished the tournament.
I would even say if someone say my guy O'Hare this time withdrew after the first round, and then the second round or something like that, your guy had a shocker, got hurt, and withdrew, I'd still give that to you, honestly.
Is that what we should? So if it goes withdraw, so it's just like the longer you play. Is that what
exactly? I'd say the longer and better score. So like, and if we both our players miss the cut, it's a tie, or both our players withdrew after the first round, it's a tie.
We'll do that. Yes, like if anyone misses, let's go.
I guess not. I shouldn't say both of them missed the cut because I think that's happened. No, it actually hasn't.
Well, I mean, technically they've shot better, right? I mean, like if you miss the cut by 1 and miss the cut by 10, like I guess like.
Yeah, no, I think that's the only fair thing to do is still judge them before they miss the cut on their first 2 rounds.
Yeah,
I might have missed there.
What if one guy withdraws after the first round, and then the second guy withdraws after the second round? Does the withdraw still?
I would say the second round guy would get it because I feel like
if he's better, even if he has a worse score. Let's say the guy withdraws for whatever. Let's say he's under par, but he withdraws because of injury.
Yeah, like I feel like you still have to get that though. I feel because we would be texting. I feel like the night of, and you would be like, "Hey man, your guy withdrew."
Yeah. All right, yeah,
you won.
So yeah, so as long as that guy starts the second round, yeah. I mean, we're probably not going to have where 2 guys withdraw most likely, but I guess it's worth discussing.
Crazier things have happened. People have gone 6-0 off a randomizer.
True. Yeah, it's actually I mean. And I've got lucky too. I've got some good picks.
You have gotten some good picks.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about the Honda Classic last week. It's just kind of it's right in between the players and a World Golf Championship.
Yeah. Like everyone and their dogs taking the tournament off to have a rest week or go out to the WGC.
Oh yeah, it wasn't a very big. And there's a travel. I think they went from Florida to Texas, so they wanted to get there. Like,
I was surprised Sanjay played though. Now knowing that he's in the
he won
WGC
last year.
Tournament. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
I think they're probably supposed to
try to defend their title.
Yeah, exactly. It probably looks good on them, especially a young guy like that.
Yeah. No, fair enough. Pinata picks for next week. I think.
Yeah. So there's 2 tournaments next week. Like oftentimes when there's a World Golf Championship, and this one there's only 64 players, they try to do a cross-field event. So again, we're going to be doing 2 Pinata picks. Let's see if Luke might be able to make up some ground.
Fade them.
So the first one is called the Corrales Punta Cana Resort and Club Championship, so I'm sure the boys are going to be.
It's Club Championship.
It's just called the Corrales Punta Cana Resort and Club Championship. So yeah, it's their club championship. Not a bad club championship.
Yeah, not bad. On the big screen.
In Punta Cana, I guess the guys are going to have a little vacation, play a little golf, have a vacation. So we'll start with that again. So it's going to be a bit of a weaker field, but since there's only 64 guys, it's probably some pretty good. In the other field, it's still probably good. So I'll do yours first, like we do every time. You got number 99. That is George McNeil. Like,
I can't catch a break, bro. I mean, obviously all the big names are going to be in the other tournament, but how do I come up with George McNeil,
I did go through a couple of the, I did rip through, and there's definitely better names than George McNeil.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Exactly.
Let's just quickly
George McNeil.
See his.
He sounds like he's like a dentist.
Oh, he looks like a dentist, dude. Oh my Jesus. He's 45 years old.
Fucking right.
So, oh my jeez, why is he?
He's having some fun in Punta Cana. I can tell you that.
He has 2 wins. His last game in 2012.
Like PGA Tour wins.
Yeah, he has 2 PGA Tour wins. He only played 4 tournaments this year. Yeah, I mean, his last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years have been kind of rough.
I'd imagine.
Actually, last year wasn't like.
What's his name again? What McNeil?
George.
George, right?
I assume it's just George McNeil. He's made 2 cuts, and one was technically this tournament, but you know how they kind of have it wrapped around, so like. So and then he played in the Puerto Rico Open, and then.
What tournament did he win? Like, I'm actually interested to know.
Okay, so he won one in 2007, one in 2012. So let me get the 2012 one.
Must have been like Augusta.
Probably the Punta Cana Open. Puerto Rico Open. So cross-field event. And then his 2007
not the
Fries.com Shriners. So like just a normal one. I mean, I don't have high hopes, but anyway, we'll go back.
No, I have no hopes. Fade George McNeil. If you have any money at all to your name.
Yeah, just I don't. What is I got 120. Hank. Okay, I've heard of this. Hank Laboda. Okay, this would probably be a good matchup because, like, I've heard of this. Like, I've seen this name on the leaderboard
Hank
a little
Laboda.
bit, but like, I don't think he's very good. Hank,
big heavyweight matchup.
Like, there was like Johnny Vegas in this tournament. Like, okay, he's definitely younger. Oh, he's 27. Okay, he's 27. Definitely better FedEx Cup.
Man, I swear we got like. What's your guy's name again? Hank?
Hank.
I swear we got like dentist versus a fisherman or something this week.
Well, my guy's young. It's his 3rd year on tour. He just finished 148, 140 in FedEx Cup. You know, a couple more cuts made than cut. He has a 3rd place finish last year. I mean, your guy definitely has had a much better career, but he's like 18
45.
years. He's 18 years older.
Man, my
so
guy's
we'll see.
Going for a resort, all-inclusive vacation in Punta Cana, by the sound of things.
I mean, my guy played last week at least.
Yeah, like my guy's probably hasn't touched a golf club in years.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I have the slight advantage, just because he's probably played a little bit more golf recently. But I wouldn't go by like a lot.
Someone say 7-0.
I mean, I would say I have the slight advantage going in.
Yeah. Well, we might as well do the Pinata picks for the other tournament, so I at least might have a chance.
Yeah,
for the love of all things holy.
At least we'll get some better names here.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, this is the one I'm fired up about.
This is going to be. I mean, we'll break here soon, but then we'll talk about this tournament. It's unreal. It's going to be a really fun tournament.
It's always one of my favorite tournaments to watch. Honestly, I'd say single like player event. I would say it's top 4. The other,
just so different, right? I mean, there's like either way. We'll get into it. All right.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
You're up first. Okay, you got number 64.
Fuck off.
Oh, you got. I randomized. You got Sebastian Munoz.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the last player in the field, bro.
Oh no! I ran. No.
64.
No.
I was gonna say fuck off, bro. If I get the worst player in the field, I'm gonna fucking punch a hole in the wall.
Funny.
Sebastian Munoz, what rank is he?
We'll also have to decide how
58 or 6. Can't read.
But we'll have to decide actually how we score this one. Because there's a good chance that there's ties.
Or they're both eliminated in the first round.
But ties, but some players can do better even with a tie, you know what I mean? and we'll get it.
Yes.
Or I guess we'll talk about that before we break. Let's because there can be.
Well, I'd say it just has to do with the point system, right? With like, let's just say in the first 3 days, both our guys don't make it. We'll say, and if your guy wins 2 matches, or we'll say if he doesn't make it, let's say he ties 2 matches and loses one, he has 2 points.
Well, if you miss it on if you miss if you miss winning your bracket going 1 and 2 versus 0 and 3, the 1 and 2 guy wins basically.
Yeah, exactly.
So your guy is 62nd, so he's pretty close to being the last guy.
Yeah, I think he's ranked like 58th because obviously there's a couple of the top 64 official golf ranking players that can't make it.
Yeah, no, agreed. This year he hasn't had the best year, I would say, that he's had.
No.
Recently, I mean, like FedEx Cup. I mean, actually, he just had a really good last year. He won last year.
Yeah.
I mean, his year before that was 117 on the FedEx, but then finished 8 with a win, 5 top 10s. So, I mean, he's 11 and for 15 in cuts.
I'll say I didn't take him in my bracket.
Yeah, I mean, he got cut at the Players. It's just last WGC was his last good finish in a while.
Yep, we'll see how he fares in a match play event.
But either way, I mean, obviously a really good player. So I got number 50 in my spreadsheet. I got Matt Kuchar. All right, let's go.
Matt Kuchar. He won
obviously
before, didn't he?
Let's see.
I
mean, obviously Matt Kuchar, like on paper, like career-wise, but like he hasn't done much lately. So I would say this is like. So Matt Kuchar for anyone is 42.
He's not getting by, bro. Neither of our guys get through the first round.
World rank 57, so there are only 5 spots. So it's So this should be a pretty good. Now it all depends on who's like.
I feel like it's the grouping here. I'll say them quick because I have them in front of me. So Munoz is in the 3rd group, and he's with the 3rd ranked overall John Rahm. So he's gonna get fucking anyway. Yeah, Ryan Palmer's in that group, and Shane Lowry, your guy from last week.
Actually, that's not a bad Shane Lowry and Paul, like he could come out of that, honestly.
But Rahm's in it, so like I don't have a lot of. Your group, I mean, is not much better, to be honest. You're in the 2nd group with JT.
Okay, geez.
JT, Louis, Oosthuizen, Kevin Kisner, which I think won it.
He won it last
time. It was played, right? 2 years ago?
Yeah. I honestly would say Munoz has a better chance.
I would agree, honestly. Yeah, you got a tough grouping. Like, I'd say Kuchar's a better
JT
player
just won, right?
Yeah, he did just win.
Yeah, but I mean, for reference, I mean, Kuchar has 9 wins in his career. Like, solid career. Like,
has he won this tournament before though? I swear I've watched it where he's won this one before. It might have been like 5 or 6 years ago.
Let's see, 12. I'll check 14. Did he win 14? No, not 14. 13? Oh, you did 13.
Okay, it was 13. I was gonna bet my life that I watched him win it 1 year.
All right. I mean, either way, Kuchar's like a stud for a career. But I think this year it's not going exactly his way. But so I think this is going to be actually a really good.
Yeah, we kind of got some dark horses, so it should be interesting to watch. Maybe one of them comes out of their respective groups. That'd be pretty neat to see.
Yeah, and I guess for scoring wise, for anyone who might be interesting, it's a match play it's a bracket match play similar to like the March Madness that's going on, but the first round there's 16 or how many groups? 16
groups of 4 players each that make up 64 players in the field.
Exactly.
And only one of those, so there's 4 in each group. They play 3
round
rounds.
robin, yeah.
So it's like a round robin against each player in their group. Whoever comes out with the most points in their respective group moves on to the Sweet 16.
And then it's just a normal bracket from there.
Exactly. Then it's a winner-loss.
A round of 16, quarterfinal, semifinal, final, and there's a consolation for third.
Yeah, third place match as well, yeah.
Yeah, so now if they both lose in, say, the round of 16, we'll just have to see how they did in the round robin, I guess, and hopefully we can find a winner. But if it could come out as a tie. You never know.
It could come out as a tie, and I mean, if that happens, we'll cross that
bridge. Unless you want to do like, if you want to agree on it now, let's say they come out. Let's say they both go 3-0 in the round robin.
Yeah.
And then they both lose in the round of 16. Like one loses one down, one loses like 5-4.
Yeah.
The one who only lost one down.
Yep. No, I agree.
Wins. And if it's the same, then maybe we'll just do it as a tie. I don't know.
Yep. No, I think that's fair.
Yeah. So if they get to the same level or round and both lose in that round, maybe they add that last match, whatever the score was.
Yeah, it has like a tiebreaker sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yep. That sounds good.
So your picks are George McNeil and Sebastian Munoz.
Fire me up. 0-8, can anyone call it?
Hank Laboda and Matt Kuchar.
Cool. We'll have to see how they do. And we'll be back just after this short break.
Munchies HFX is located at 1840 Vernon Street, providing you several exotic snacks and sodas. Munchies HFX is also Atlantic Lottery certified, so you make sure to stop by and grab all your Pro Line and lottery needs. Check out Munchies Convenience on Instagram at Munchies HFX and stay up to date with all the latest products.
All right, short episode here today. We're going to hop right into the WGC bracket that we each made, and we're sort of going to go head-to-head into it. Do you want to explain that a little bit more, Scoot?
Yeah, sure. Well, I guess to backtrack just a touch, so this tournament is the top 64 in the world.
Right.
Probably a couple guys, and it's a match play. So for anyone who doesn't know match play, unlike normal stroke play, like normal stroke play is just like what a golf tournament is. Everyone plays their 4 rounds, lowest score wins. Match play is you play a head-to-head versus another player. So you're not versus the field. You're versus every single match is a different, match.
And it's not each stroke that counts. It's each hole that counts. Yep. So basically, if you win the first hole, you go 1 up. You lose the first hole, you go 1 down.
Yeah.
By the end of the match,
someone could get a 3 on the hole, and someone could get a 10 on that same hole, but it's only worth 1 hole, not 7 shots. So you could win the match and shoot like, if you blew up on a few holes, you could shoot like 4 or 5 over. The other guy could shoot like a couple under, and you could actually win the match.
Exactly.
So it's the only, besides the President Cup and Ryder Cup, this is the only event that's like this. So that's why so many people. It's a World Golf Championship, so it's based on World Golf rankings. And a lot of people look forward to it because it's unlike, there's a little bit more. It's still an individual game, but you're playing against someone else, which is unlike golf.
There's more rivalries, I would say, and it's more competitive. It brings the competitive aspect out of everyone.
Yeah, there's giving putts. You don't have to putt out every hole if your opponent gives you the putt. Just like little stuff like that. It's honestly a really good, and it's a 5-day tournament.
Yes, it starts.
And there's Wednesday. It's a lot of golf. If the winner plays
5 rounds,
more than that,
6 rounds,
3 in the round robin.
Yeah,
round of 16, quarterfinals, semifinals, final. You play 7 rounds, and if you finish 3rd or 4th, you have to play 7 rounds in 5 days. Which is not crazy, don't get me wrong, but definitely different than the 4 that you see. And I think the last day you got to play 2. Or maybe the last.
I don't know. I was
gonna
ask you that. I think it is the last 2 days, but I watched Tiger versus, well, it was Tiger in 2008. It was a few of his matches, like JB Holmes when he came back from 3 down with 5 left and won in before extra holes.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Stuart Sink, he beat Stuart Sink like unconscious, like 8-7 or something in the finals.
Yeah, I mean,
but it was 36 holes, the finals back then. So I was curious.
Maybe that's what it is. I think you're right. But but they did change it, right? So like,
yeah, I wasn't sure, and I didn't get a chance.
They haven't had this round robin like we mentioned before the break. They had this round robin's like only a few years old, which adds obviously like that would add an extra round, right? Because if you did 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, yeah, so that it adds an extra round. So maybe that's why. Maybe that last round was 36, but so it adds an extra round by doing this. And yeah, man, and so on the website on pgtour.com, they had like a bracket you could fill out with all the groupings. So the groupings go something like everyone gets grouped in like your 6. So it's like there's 16 ones, I guess, and then 16 twos, 16 threes, and I think it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 16.
Yeah, the top 16 players ranked are in,
and then it's randomized from 17 to 32. I think it gets randomized.
It must because I was wondering that too, and it must be just randomized after that.
Yes, so you could have like the number 16, 17, 31, or sorry, 33.
Mm-hmm.
And then my math is like,
we'll leave the math.
It could be a really like narrowly grouped, or it could be one could have 64 and then also 32. It could be 133, 64, and like 48.
Yeah, something like that.
So it could be like a top heavy with the 1 and then like, back, but either way, like honestly, like the 64th ranked player in the world is still really good.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think it was Dylan Fratelli, which is like someone I was looking at possibly taking, but didn't end up going with.
Yeah.
But, I can't really complain with.
Yeah.
Dylan.
But either way, like this one's like a good one for TV. If you're going to watch one, like this is one that, it's different.
If you love competition, you'll love this event.
If you watch golf and you're like, hey, this is kind of getting like boring to watch, this is probably more up your alley. Like if you look kind of like golf, but you're not a huge fan of watching it, I'd say go and watch this. It's kind of like watching the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
Let's jump into our brackets.
Do it. All right, I'll start it off.
Yeah.
So group number 1, we have DJ, Kevin Na, McIntyre, and Long.
Andrew Long, I believe his name is.
Andrew Long. Is it Robert McIntyre?
I don't even know, man. Honestly,
I don't know McIntyre. I'm pretty sure he's a Scottish guy. I just can't remember his first name.
I think you're right. I'm pretty sure you're right.
Yeah. I tried so hard not to take DJ with this one, but I just couldn't do it.
Same. I just looked, and I think that's kind of like they had a 41. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean, he won here in the past. I'm pretty sure he beat Rahm. Like,
I tried pretty tough too not to pick DJ, especially since he hasn't been playing like amazing.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just don't see him not coming out of this group. But
yeah,
at least if I had to pick, right? And to be fair, like that's who, like no one else out of that group I want to see necessarily. So
exactly, like I mean, I would want to see DJ move on just for the entertainment value.
Kevin Na's kind of funny, but like
he is, and I mean, if he's walking putts
in, yeah,
just on people, just like right in their faces.
Well, exactly, it could make for good TV. But yeah,
DJ, he's obviously a great competitor, number 1 in the world.
Yeah,
you could love to see him get through the first round and at least.
Yeah, it would make for some good post first round group stage action. All right, second one is Sungjae Im, who's been kind of all over the leaderboard. Victor Perez, Mark Leishman, and Russell Henley. Im's kind of been my boy lately. That Victor Perez had a really good showing he was like, he's not even ranked in like the FedEx Cup because he's young or whatever. Or he's kind of like up and coming. What's that?
Is he French?
Yeah, he's from France.
Okay.
This was kind of another one, but I've been an Im guy for the last few weeks, so I just had to. He's the first. He's 16 though, so he's like he's the last first rounder.
Yeah, I was between Im and Leishman, and I decided to go with Im. I mean,
yeah, Leishman's good, man. He is good. I mean,
he's gonna get in people's heads with the backswing. I'm telling you, man. People are gonna be like, "Come on, bro, just hit the ball."
And and this is a group. It's kind of like unlike the next one, but there's a 31 and a 36, right? So there's two, but that's just the way it works out. I'll let you go on.
All right. So the third group we'll go through is group number 9. It's Webb Simpson, Paul Casey, Mackenzie Hughes, and Taylor Gooch.
This was the first one that I didn't go the top pick. I went Paul Casey.
I went Paul Casey too. We're 3 for 3 so far in agreement.
Yeah, I'm kind of a Paul Casey guy too. Mackenzie Hughes the Canadian, but Paul Casey, he's just consistent. I know we've obviously praised Simpson.
Yeah, I mean, Paul Casey was also at Glen Arbor. I mean, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, we've seen him.
Yeah. Got my last name. I don't know. How could I not pick?
Yeah,
how could I not pick him?
Very true.
I wanted to pick Mac Hughes too, but I just don't see him winning the group, to be honest.
Exactly. But, yeah, I'm kind of in between picking guys I want to win and who I think are going to win is kind of a mix between both. Next group 4 is Terrell Hatton, Lee Westwood, the hot hand, Sergio Garcia, and I think it's Matt Wallace.
Yeah, it is Matt Wallace. I'm pretty sure.
I went Sergio Garcia. He won the tournament within the last couple of years, or 3 or 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
He had a good showing. I know Westwood had last 2 weeks, but he hasn't been clutch.
He had a shocker last week. So.
Yeah, I mean he's finished 2 and yeah. Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
I think he was +8 last week.
Was he? Oh, he was playing in this? He was playing in the Honda?
He played last week, I swear. I saw some
I didn't even know.
Putts, man. He was putting from off the green, and I swear I saw him he had a quadruple bogey. He just couldn't putt it up hill onto the green.
I just assumed he wasn't even playing, to be honest.
Yeah, but he's just out having fun. I'm surprised he's not playing in the Punta Cana one, just out on vacation.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, he just made probably within the last 2 weeks before that, probably made 1 point something.
This guy's he's got money right now.
Who'd you pick though?
I ended up going with Westwood. I was like, you know what? He played so good the last 2 out of 3 weeks.
Is because he won it within the last few years.
Yeah, and I looked at Sergio hard too. I mean, I was between those two. I wasn't taking Hatton just because I haven't seen much from him lately. But I went Westwood. He had a bad week last week, and I feel like he's due for a bounce back. So that's what I was thinking. I also wanted the all-English matchup for the next round, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah, true.
Paul Casey versus Lee Westwood, and I was not taking Terrell Hatton. So,
no.
Anyway, next group 5. Bryson DeChambeau, Tommy Fleetwood, Siwoo Kim.
This is the first name I've actually. I don't know. Rosner. I'll look him up real quick while you.
I'll walk through it. I mean, this one in my eyes wasn't really competition.
Yeah,
I was just it's got to be DeChambeau. I mean, this course is my understanding. He's able to blast the ball here a little bit more. So it'll be interesting to see.
I wanted to go Fleetwood, man, but I did too. The way DeChambeau's playing, it's kind of one of those
putting
things.
Too, man. DeChambeau's putting has just been great lately. So just on that basis alone, I felt like I had to take him.
This guy, the Rosner guy's from France.
Maybe it's not Rosner then. Maybe it's Rosne.
I can't even. Man, my internet's being. I'm trying to see what he's done on the PGA Tour. I think he's like more of a European Tour guy.
What's his first name?
Antoine.
I'll
come back to it when it loads up. Either way.
Okay.
I'll do that. You go. Yes, we both had. I had DeChambeau. Yeah.
DeChambeau. Okay.
This one was my first really tough one. This next one. It's a Finau, Kokrak, Zalatoris, and Dylan Fratelli. Yep. I mean, I've said I'm a Finau guy through and through. Yeah. But Will Zalatoris has helped me out in the past couple. He's this cool, skinny little guy. And I went Zalatoris.
I went Zalatoris too.
And that one, like, that one tug at my heart, my heartstrings, because I'm a Finau guy, and I just didn't go with him, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, and I think this course suits Finau fairly well, and I wouldn't be surprised if he got through this round. But
he's 12th ranked guy. I mean, I wouldn't shock if he wins, but I mean,
I can't see myself picking the first rounders every single time, and this was a case where
because it's not going to happen, right? Like.
Exactly.
The top 16 aren't going to get through all of them.
Any given day, these guys can be better than one another.
Oh, geez. I mean, without a doubt. Zalatoris is both of our picks.
So we have pretty similar. Our only different picks so far have been Westwood and Garcia, which is pretty surprising, honestly.
Yeah, true.
But, all right. Well, I feel like we're going to be the same on this next one. I went with Hovland.
Probably not. Well, read them out.
It's Hovland, Abraham Answer. I want to say his name's Bern Wiesberger, but I really don't know.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
And then Kevin Streelman.
So I know you're a big Hovland guy too.
Yeah, I'm a big.
I went Abraham Answer.
Okay.
Just kind of like what your point was before. Like, I mean, Answer's the second guy in this group. Like, not every first rounder is going to make it in. They're pretty close for only 14, in World Golf points. So yeah, I went Abraham Answer.
Part of the reason I took Hovland too is because of the matchup in the next round that I've been dying to see.
Okay, so I know who you picked here.
Yeah, you know who I went for next.
So the next one, which is interesting, so it's Colin Morikawa, Billy Horschel, Max Homa, and JT Poston. Mm-hmm. I obviously went Morikawa. He probably could be one of my favorite, if not my favorite guy on tour.
He would be top five for me.
Yeah.
I don't think
it's like Morikawa, Finau, Tiger.
Yeah.
Like, those are kind of my, like.
I got Rory. Rory's
DJ and Rory's, depending on how he's playing.
I also got JT. I like JT a lot.
JT's probably in my, somewhere in there, but Morikawa's in my top 2 or 3. So I end up going Morikawa. I assume you went Max Homa.
No, I went Morikawa.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to go Homa.
No, I want to see the Morikawa Hovland matchup.
Okay.
That's what I'm dying to see. I'm dying to see that. And I really wanted to take Homa just for an upset in this. But I'm just dying to see that Hovland Morikawa match.
Okay.
That'd be great.
I thought you went Homer because he's kind of your boy. I know we were saying we're going to jump over on the other side of the bracket because that's the 8 groups on the left side of the bracket. But I think we just stick with this side of the bracket.
Let's do it.
To be honest with you, because it's fresh. So let's go back to the top. So
I got DJ and him.
Yeah, so that's both. I had DJ and him in the round of 16. Again, I just had DJ, man. I don't know.
I had DJ too. I mean, it's tough not to take DJ.
Yeah,
the guy does everything pretty good.
Yeah, I know. I had Paul Casey and Sergio Garcia,
and I had Paul Casey and Lee Westwood.
Okay, I had Sergio Garcia coming out of that.
I had Paul Casey coming out of that.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. So just for reference, moving forward, I'll say the next round is DJ versus Paul Casey for me.
I have DJ and Sergio Garcia, and we'll go back to that.
Yep. So then down below, I got DeChambeau versus Zalatoris.
Same with me.
And I took Zalatoris.
Did you? Okay, I went to Shambo. Yeah,
I said,
I like
I'm
it.
taking Zalatoris.
I think that'd be a sick, one to watch, honestly.
Yeah. No, I think that'd be fun for sure.
Yeah, I had DeChambeau coming out, though. Mm-hmm. And then the last one in the round of 16 is Answer and Morikawa. You had Hovland and Morikawa.
Yep.
I had Morikawa coming through.
I had Morikawa beating Hovland as well.
Yeah. All right. So okay. So now we're
down
back
4
up
on the side.
Yeah. So a round of the quarterfinals on this side of the bracket.
Yep.
I had DJ and Garcia,
and I had DJ and Paul Casey.
Okay, I'm going Garcia out of that round.
Okay, I went with Paul Casey out of that round.
Okay, so we don't have DJ doing too well in the quarters.
No, DJ's not doing too hot. He's only playing 5 rounds.
Exactly. And then mine was DeChambeau, Morikawa, and I have Morikawa.
That'd be a good match
coming out of that. That would be a great match to watch.
That would be a great match. I
would be glued to the TV on that that one, to be honest. I had Morikawa going through.
I had Morikawa over Zalatoris for that one.
Okay, so
I have Paul Casey and Morikawa in the semifinals.
Okay, I have Garcia and Morikawa.
Right.
I have Morikawa going to the final, and I have Garcia going to the 3rd place match.
Okay. I have Paul Casey going to the final, and I have Morikawa going to the 3rd place match.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
All right, so that finishes that side of the bracket. So you have Casey going to the final and Morikawa going to the bronze.
Yeah.
And I have Morikawa going to the final and Sergio Garcia going to the bronze.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. This is fun, man. I kind of like going through.
It is a lot of fun. For sure.
And it's going to be a good week, honestly. Hopefully some people listening kind of like take note of who we picked.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'll cap us off on this other side, or start us off, I should say.
Yeah.
Justin Thomas, Louis Oosthuizen, Kevin Kisner, and Matt Kuchar. This was a little bit of a tougher one for me, honestly.
Because if you would have asked me, I know. I took Thomas just the way he came off the way he won. Like,
exactly.
If he didn't win that one, and wasn't playing like the way he playing leading up to the players, I don't know, but I mean, I don't know. He I just have Thomas. Kisner was the last one to win this. Kuchar's won this, like we mentioned before.
Yeah.
But I just had Thomas coming out.
Yep. No, same with me. Let's hop right into the other one.
Yeah. So it's Matt Fitzpatrick. I didn't know he was that good, honestly.
No, neither did I.
Overall. Matt Wolff, Corey Connors, and Jordan Spieth is the 49th pick, and I ended up taking Jordan Spieth over the Canadian again. I see another Canadian.
I took Jordan Spieth too. This is fun. Yeah, we're taking all of the same picks.
I mean, Jordan Spieth's just been on a bit of a tear lately, and I mean, I don't know. Like, is Corey Connors really gonna? Again, I mean, anyone could win. Like, I'm not too sold on Matthew Fitzpatrick.
I'm not. I wasn't sold on Fitzpatrick or Wolf, but I wanted to root for Corey Connors. Ended up going with Spieth.
Yeah.
Next group: Patrick Cantlay, Hideki Matsuyama, Carlos Ortiz, Brian Harmon. I went with Cantlay.
Okay. See, I'm not sold on Cantlay, so I went Hideki Matsuyama.
Okay. And this course sort of suits the ball striker as well.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I'm not too sold on Ortiz or Harmon. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I'm just not sold at Cantlay at 10, honestly. But okay. Next one, Patrick Reed, Joaquim Niemann. Jeez. Bezuidenhout. I think he's South African. Bezuidenhout. South African, I believe. I don't even know. I think it's like Christian or something like that. Bubba Watson.
Yeah.
Bubba Watson has been my favorite player he was probably like a solid, even before the Masters. He was a lefty. I'm a lefty. He hit the ball hard. He swung weird. I was always the longest hitter kind of in my group of friends, growing up. So, me, I really like Bubba. Now, he hasn't been doing a whole lot as of late, but he has won this tournament, I believe.
I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not sure.
I think so. I think, but I could be wrong. I went Bubba though. He's by far my highest or lowest pick I picked coming out. That's more of a want, but I don't know if like him and Reed play. Like those are two guys that like have not exactly been liked on the tour throughout their whole career. I don't think Bubba's I think he's fine now, but I mean that would be a
good match.
Yeah.
I went with Joaquin Niemann.
Yeah.
I didn't want to take Reed. Obviously, I like Bubba. I like the other fellow that I'm not going to say his name. I just think Joaquin Niemann's gonna. Haven't heard a lot from him. He's a great golfer.
Solid, yeah.
I think he just could make a splash this week if he put some time in and worked on his game the past couple weeks. So next group, Schauffele, Alexander Schauffele, I should say. Not a lot of people know his name's Alexander, but
it's not Xander.
No, it's Alexander.
Oh, geez, okay.
But then there's Scotty Scheffler, Jason Day, and Andy Sullivan. I went with Jason Day. And for a future matchup coming up, I wanted the All-Australia matchup.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
I like Jason Day.
I went Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah.
He's just like I'm surprised he's 30th, honestly. I would have thought he was better because he just seems like he's always finishing well. I
feel like he's always in the top 20.
I'd say he's going to be. I say by next year he's going to be way better than 30th place. That'd be my guess. I think he's kind of one of those players on the rise. So I went Scotty Scheffler. Next round, I guess you already gave your pick away. But it's Rory McIlroy, Cameron Smith, Lanto Griffin, and Ian Poulter.
Yeah, I went Cameron Smith.
Okay, I went also Cameron Smith.
All right, right on. I hate going against Rory, man. Rory's my guy. Especially with Tiger being out, Rory is my guy right after Tiger. But like you said, he hasn't been in form. I can't
definitely not in form, that's for sure.
He wouldn't be a favorite I would like this week. That's what I would say about him.
Yeah. No, I would
But I mean, any week Rory can win. He could shoot the lights out here.
Yeah.
Blow everyone out of water. I mean, but
yeah. No.
I just don't like Rory this week personally.
Yeah, I Cameron Smith.
The next group, Daniel Berger, Harris English, Brendan Todd, and Eric Van Rooyen.
Yeah.
Who'd you go for?
I went Harris English because Berger was out last week, messed up my FanDuel, even though I won with an injury. So that's the only reason why I went Harris English. Not really sold on that pick. I'll be totally. It's not a very good group, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
In my opinion,
it's a good group. If we were playing at Ashburn and they were behind us.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. But no, I went Daniel Berger, and I guess I kind of forgot about that injury last week.
Yeah,
didn't really think about it much.
That's the only reason why I took Daniel.
It makes sense, honestly. If guys injured in the past, I can see why. I mean, who knows? He might pull out of the tournament. I doubt.
Well, that's kind of why I was like, maybe he tries to go and he's just he can't even swing, or he's I don't feel like injuring it more. I mean, he's 14th in the world. It's not like he's fine. He was won this year, so he's good. So you went Berger, I went Harris English. Last group of the group stage is John Rahm, Ryan Palmer, Shane Lowry, and Sebastian Munoz. I went Rahm.
I went Rahm too. I mean, I honestly don't see how anyone beats Rahm in that group, to be honest.
He's a pretty fiery guy. Like I could see him being a good like head-to-head player. To be perfectly honest with you.
No, exactly. I mean, like I said, I just don't see anyone beating him in that group, and that's not saying I think he's going to win the tournament. I just don't see anyone in that group beating him. I've been wrong before, so we'll see if it happens this time.
Yeah,
just think he's above those guys personally.
Yep.
All right, well, moving on to our sweet.
So the round of 16. I mean,
Spieth, that's a match.
I mean, this should be they're two buddies, Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth, two buddies.
Mm-hmm.
And they're flipped on who, way back in the day it would have been Jordan Spieth on the other side of it, Justin Thomas on, the opposite. And right now it's, Justin Thomas is obviously the superior player right now. But I had Thomas coming out.
I had Thomas as well coming out.
Yeah.
And then for the next matchup for me, I had Patrick Cantlay and Joaquin Niemann. Who do you have?
I had Matsuyama and Bubba Watson, so two totally different.
Totally different. I had Joaquin Niemann beating Patrick Cantlay.
I had Matsuyama.
Okay. After that, I had the Battle of Australia, Jason Day and Cameron Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you have for that one?
I had Scheffler, Cameron Smith.
Right. I had Cameron Smith.
I had Smith coming. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I had Smith coming out too.
Cool. And then
last one,
final one. I had Berger and I had
I had English and Rahm. And
who do you have? You had English
and Rahm. Yeah, I had Rahm winning that as well.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay. So then going into our, what is it? The Elite Eight? Elite Eight?
Quarter.
I had Justin Thomas, Joaquin Niemann. Quarterfinals.
I had Justin Thomas, Hideki Matsuyama.
And I had JT winning.
Yeah, I had JT win as well. Then we both had the same down here, but just different routes, but we had the same Smith and Rahm.
I actually had Smith and Berger.
Oh.
I had Berger to beat Rahm.
Oh, okay. My internet went out earlier.
Right. So I have Berger and Smith. And
I had Smith and Rahm. Okay, I had Rahm beating Smith.
Okay. So then in your semifinals, you have JT and Rahm, and I have JT and Cameron Smith.
Yeah. Okay. I had JT going to the final.
Okay, and I had Cameron Smith going to the final against Paul Casey.
Okay.
And JT and Morikawa in the third place matchup.
Okay. So I had the Spanish third place match, the Garcia and Rahm.
That would be cool. That'd be neat to see.
Yeah, so I had so who do you have in your third place?
It's Morikawa and JT. But
who do you have winning?
Good thing for Sergio in this is that maybe Rahm would let him pick up his ball if it's within 1 foot.
Seriously. Yeah, he needs him. So who did you have winning that? That you had to place the third place winner.
A third place match winner, I have JT beating Morikawa.
I had Rahm winning it.
Fair. That's probably who I would have taken too. And then for my final, like I said, I had Paul Casey and Cameron Smith, and I had Cameron Smith being the 2021 WGC Matchday champion.
Let's go. I had he's like this short dude with like a weird mustache and a bit of a mullet. I had Morikawa and Justin Thomas. I had Morikawa winning it. I think that'd be an unreal final.
That would be an unbelievable match in itself.
I mean, they're 2-4 in the world. Both. I mean, JT's what, like 27, I think. Morikawa was like 24 or something like that.
Yeah,
kind of like
match. Both Americans.
I don't know. They're kind of like the next American. I mean, DJ still won, but I mean, and Rahm's 3, so like they're kind of the next. DJ's getting up there in age a little bit. Not that he's like old, but he's like 36 or something. Those guys.
Fair enough.
Well, DeChambeau kind of.
I guess the final question is the tiebreaker. How many birdies in the championship match, and I'm going to say this before, I'm not sure still.
Oh, I didn't even see this, honestly.
I'm not sure if there's 36 holes or 18 holes. Like, I have no idea.
Before you, I didn't see the tiebreaker thing. So let me save mine. Let me pick because before you say, so it doesn't influence me.
Okay.
I'm just looking at it now. Tiebreaker, enter total birdies and championship match. Okay.
In my mind, I was thinking it was only 18 holes.
Oh,
but I don't know if that's true.
I think it is.
I think I think it's 18 holes just with the final now.
The final. I'm just going to,
because that would be whack if they played 36 again. That would be 8 rounds in 5 days, which is quite a bit. Caddy, you remember caddying at the Nova Scotia Open? We had to do the 2 rounds in one day.
My guy got cut.
Holy fuck! Oh, okay. Well, my guy didn't get cut, and I went through the ringer carrying that guy's fucking clubs around. Couldn't even walk.
Let me just double check this really quick. Group
Okay.
Group 16 schedule Friday. Blah blah blah. Wait. Blah blah blah. The third place matches will be played. Final and third place matches will be played. I think, man, maybe final and third. Is there a
like? I'm 90% sure it's only 18 holes.
Now I'm tripping out, bro. World Golf Championship. I can tell homepage. I really want to see plan tickets, tournament, bracket, tee times, course format. I know, bad potting. Okay, round 7s. Saturday, Sunday morning, two semifinal matches.
Yeah.
Winner advances to the Sun afternoon consolation match for third place, and championship matches 2 players match.
Okay. They're playing 18 then. There's no way they're playing 36
round 7. Send 2 holes. Okay, yeah. So yeah,
if they're playing the
round.
semis on Sunday, then there's no way they're playing 36.
Yeah.
Finals.
No, it's
okay. So it's really 18 between 2 guys.
Yeah, so it's 36 holes. 36 holes. I mean, I'm not going to go look at. All right, I got a number in my head. All right, I'm going to put it in and save it. All right, what you pick?
I went for 8. 8 birdies.
8 birdies.
Yeah.
I went 14. Okay.
And this is my logic, okay?
Actually, you know what? I'm not sure if I picked a good number there. I'm just hoping
my logic is eagles. No eagles are being accounted for. It's just birdies.
Wait, is that true?
Yeah, it's not like they're total under par. It says tiebreaker, enter total birdies in championship match. But at the same time, there could be 15 birdies and 6 double bogeys or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's really tough to tell. I had no idea. Like, obviously, we've done like hockey brackets, whatever, March Madness in the past, and you have an idea. I really had no idea. I've never done it.
I think I went a little high there, to be honest, with 14. I know I sent you a screenshot of my thing. Just
throw a 14 up. It's not a problem.
Do paint it or whatever in 14 when you put it up. I think I went a little high because they might miss out on like a couple holes, right? If there's a winner. Like it can end on 15 or something like that. So let's say if it goes, let's say it ends at 16, 17, 18 times 2, that's 4, you know. I think 14 might be a little high, but they're going to know how to play it, I'll tell you that, by round 7.
After 7 rounds.
Yep. They're either going to just be sick of it or they're just going to know how to play every single hole.
Yeah, no, exactly.
All right.
I think that's
this was supposed to be a shorter one, but it went pretty well our average.
Long. Yep,
Yeah,
exactly. So
what it is.
We'll see you guys next time on the Life Below Par podcast. Take care.
Peace. All right.
Let's just go and see the world and just show them what it really means to live life golden.